Hello everybody, welcome into the channel today. I have a little bit different video I'm going to shoot today. I'm going to give you an overall look at my movie collection that you see behind me. I get asked often in my gaming live streams that if those are all games behind me that they see when I'm live streaming. And I say no, that's my movie collection. And I've been collecting probably since the early 80s. It all started with this movie on VHS, E.T., which was released in 82. I don't remember the year we got a VCR, but we didn't buy too many movies like this outright. We would tape a lot of them off the TV and watch them that way, which was cheaper. Then we moved on to DVDs when those started getting popular. And when I got older, I got into the Blu-rays and box sets and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to give you a general overlook of my collection and just explain a few things so people can see my collection behind me and what it represents to me. So let's take a look at it. Here's my shelving units I have in this room. I bought these on Amazon quite a few years ago, so I'm not even sure if they're still available. But I have box sets on top and some mixed in within the shelves and on the bottom. But these contain like Disney DVDs, all my Blu-rays that don't have slipcovers, then all the Disney Blu-rays that have slipcovers, Digibooks, Steelbooks. I'll go in closer and let you see them all. And the section on the right-hand side is all the DVDs I've got. We'll start off up at the top here with the box sets. One of my all-time favorite movies, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And we got my only Funko Pop I have. Well, I have a tiny one here, but this is my only Funko Pop I have, Carl. From Up, there's my Avengers box set, which lights up if I can get it to light up. It's better in the dark, but it lights up. Another great series of movies, Planet of the Apes, Transformers, Ben-Hur, Sound of Music. Then we have the first row of all Disney Blu-rays with their slipcovers. Down to the second row here. Third row, all Disney. Then we get down into some sets and odds and ends and a few 4K. I don't have too many 4K, but there's some 4K there. Then here's a Universal collection and Paramount collection. And right down there, the left of WALL-E are things I have not seen yet. And then on the bottom, we have some box sets. And here we have the second section with all my Blu-rays without slipcovers and in alphabetical order. That's the first row of them. There's the second, third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row, and then I have some movie collections down on the bottom. And here's the second set of shelving to finish off my Blu-ray without slipcovers in alphabetical order. This is the top row. Second row. Third row. Fourth row. And there we get to the end of the Blu-ray, and we move into the steel books I have. And then the bottom row there of steel books and some more movie collections and TV shows. And the bottom starts the DVDs. Those are the ends of the DVDs, the W's and all that. This last section is all my DVDs in alphabetical order, which I have cut down a lot of my DVDs over the years when I've gotten them on Blu-ray. bottom row with some on the bottom there. And this middle section here starts with my digibooks, which are like a book. It's not a plastic case or with a slipcover, but it's a book you open with your discs inside, and a booklet usually with pictures and a lot of information about the movies. They're really neat. Second shelf here is some horror. 4 Criterion collection there, which is the only Criterion ones I have, and the rest of the digibooks. Down here we got some more movie collections. Goonies, one of my favorite. Alien Anthology. Down here we got seasons 1 and 2 of Stranger Things, the Star Wars collection, original Battlestar Galactica from the television series, season 1 of Cobra Kai, and the bottom ones are All My Christmas. And on the bottom. And on this side of the room, I do have some shelving units that house some video games and a lot of my NASCAR collectibles, diecast, along with TV and movie collection. So let's focus on those. Come in here and see Freaks and Geeks, which is a great series there. Boy Meets World, Home Improvement, Dukes of Hazzard, one of my favorites. The Muppet Show, Buck Rogers, Grizzly Adams, Puffin Stuff, Lidsville, Land of the Lost, Wild America, and I think my favorite season of Saturday Night Live from way back then is the 3rd season. Then we got Magnum, Planet of the Apes TV series, Flipper, the whole Roseanne series, Mary Tyler Moore, Reba McEntire, The Fringe, the original Twilight Zone, and My So-Called Life, another great series from back then. And that's the TV section of shelving. Down there's some PS2 and PS3 games I got, and I'm going to look up there at those. And way up here we have some horror DVDs, Indiana Jones movie collection, some more horror. And one of my favorite actors, all these DVDs are usually Richard Dreyfuss. And a couple music ones down there on the bottom. And we have out in the living room another shelving unit. And these are all my Blu-rays that have slipcovers and in alphabetical order. Goes all the way down. I'll move in closer. But at the top, I have some trinkets I got when buying movies that came in the packages, like at Best Buy or Walmart. Not all of these, but most of them. And then we have the start of the Blu-ray movies in alphabetical order. Section 3, 4, 5. Then I had to turn them horizontally on these last 2 shelves because I couldn't fit 2 rows of them in vertically. Here's the second side. And I find it quite difficult to film this on my knees and scrolling down like this. It's kind of difficult. There's some steelbooks mixed in here too. I think I'll do separate videos in the future on steelbooks and digibooks and movie collections. And here's the bottom 2 rows here. And last but not least, I have this entertainment center in my bedroom. And I have all the Disney DVDs my dad collected when he was alive. He loved anything Disney, so he bought a lot of older movies. I have some old VCRs there and some Super Nintendo games on the bottom there. So let's move in closer and look at these Disney DVDs. Now these are kind of in alphabetical order, but not to my liking because the way they are stacked. But I'll give you a look at them all. Lots of older Disney movies here. He loved Phineas and Ferb. Here's row 1. The old Love Bug movie. Lighting isn't the greatest underneath this shelving unit, but you can see them pretty good. Down to row 2. And last but not least, row 3. I don't know how many Disney DVDs are here, but there's quite a few. He had quite a collection. There you have it, folks. A general look at my movie collection. Probably not the best filming aspect I can do, but it's difficult to film all these levels of Blu-ray movies and all that kind of stuff. But I had fun doing it, and it gives you a look into my movie collection. And it all started basically with this VHS tape of E.T. back in the early 80s. For me and my family back then, and then generally for me, and when my dad passed, I inherited all his movies as well. I'm happy to have them all. It could be overwhelming sometimes, and I really don't collect much anymore because of space. But look for some more videos from me in the future, mainly on digibooks and steelbooks and, you know, the movie collections and things like that. I probably won't do too many, but I want to do some more. And maybe my top 10 favorite movies, or my favorite movies from the 70s and 80s, things like that. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we will catch you on the next video. So have a good day and take care.